Merhabat, and welcome back to the Ottoman campaign and Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So the French have built some ships again. So we're going to chase them down so we can reduce their army logistics back down to whatever it was, single digits or something. Because all they need is apparently one light cruiser, and that goes back up to 100%. Also, I've been chasing around a Scandinavian task force that's actually a fully fledged task force. But I haven't been able to catch up with them and force a battle. So we're still trying there. It's now August of 1932, by the way. So yeah. I've had to re-invade a couple of provinces that the French army took from me. But it's not as bad as that first war with the British, where territory just changed hands back and forth all the time. So, these are the improved large light cruiser, they're called, battlecruisers. And you got the Mark IV 13s. And you got the they got deck armor in preparation for that update. And they got that third citadel layer. Still not really something you'd want to send up against an actual fully fledged capital ship. Like a more of a fast battleship kind of battlecruiser. It probably wouldn't go too well. But for only 20,000 tons and less than 400 million, this is basically a large heavy cruiser in terms of cost and displacement. I think for what it is, it's pretty good. So it's gonna just beat up on a light cruiser here. That shouldn't be much of a challenge. Let's see, let's drop that down to 27. There we go, already scoring hits. 4-belt overpen. So we're overpenning the extended belts and partial penning the main belt. But completely broadside like that, now you go straight through that belt. Alternatively, loading HE and just doing massive damage to the extended bits. That's also an option. Let's try that. Not too effective. I think the 6-inch guns are better off firing AP. There we go. Main tower pen for big damage, and it's flooding. Oh, 6-inch guns haven't been too effective here. And the ship wants AP on the main guns and HE on the secondaries. That's like same. Chance to hit is very good though. I think, unless we, there we go. That's a kill. Unless we can force that huge, well, it's not huge, it's It's a handful of ships. That Scandinavian task force to battle. This will probably just be mainly ship design. Because I've got radar now. So, should probably get around to designing some modern battleships. And get those under construction. A single destroyer shouldn't be too much of a problem for our light cruiser. I kind of want to build more of these. So what are you all about? 10-kilometer torps. 32 knot. Gotta be standard propulsion. And there you are, invisible. Let's get mine in the water. I'm probably not gonna hit much. But you never know, it could get lucky. Maybe this one. No. Let's see, let's bait that torpedo launch. There it is. And this thing turns on a dime. Or whatever the Ottoman tiny coin currency is. Range guns not really doing much. How about you load AP? Because AHG here is not really that good unless you actually can penetrate. There we go. Right. Was that or have they built more? I know last month that destroyer and light cruiser were the only ships they had left. Yeah, back down to 0. Army logistics at 5%. Sadly too late to save Burma, they took that from me. But that's only a 3-month invasion. Let's take the West Philippines. The Scandinavian task force was up here. I sent some ships up there. And they'd been just hanging around for a couple of months. When I finally had the when I finally had the free tonnage, they were not tied up in naval invasions. They just went somewhere else. See, where can I put this battlecruiser? New Zealand is a territory that I now own. The ports are not that big. It's gonna be a little bit over capacity, but that's not a big deal. So here you are with 2 light cruisers. Let's send Oh, this one is being repaired. No, you're moving now again. Where are you going to? Back to Southeast Asia. Alright. So trying to catch you is just gonna be impossible then. Very annoying. But there we go. That's how it is. And these guys are also sailing around. Destination Indonesian seas. It looks like they're sailing up to Greenland. But maybe that's wrong. I'm guessing they're gonna try and do this invasion. So I can meet them there when they arrive. Now, West Philippines. Yes, I have the tonnage. Right. Also, by the way, invading Croatia. Combined tonnage here is 467,000 tons. So not quite up to the, was it like 600,000 I needed for southern France? I'm guessing the French will probably get to keep that one. And yes, I have enough money now that I can expand the shipyard while at war with the entire navy at sea. So that's good. Right. I'm allied to the US. Does that mean, yes, I'm at war with Germany now too? Great. I was really getting ready for to just be done with France and Scandinavia, and then get some peacetime. The French have built another light cruiser, so they are back up to 100%, and a destroyer somewhere. So yeah, just gonna have to chase them down. I'm guessing we won't actually get to intercept them here, but that would be nice if that would work. Now let's do Cochin China. Oh, of course, my task force is just outside of the circle. Yeah, Scandinavians are going there. You know what? That just means that the Philippine invasion will be postponed by a couple months while we deal with those. Right. So I guess we are fighting the Scandinavians now, and the ship design thing will just have to wait. Possibly, depending on the length of the battle. Raider class battleship, 20 knots. It's got 8 17.4s. Viking class heavy cruiser. That's not bad. And D class destroyers. Right. Let's see what the battlecruisers can do. I shouldn't have too much of a problem dealing with the battleship. I'm curious to see if that battleship looks like any of the battleship I had in my Scandinavian campaign. Judging by the silhouette, it looked nothing like anything I'd seen before. Or at least nothing like anything I've made before. Destroyers and battlecruisers have the same speed. We are being spotted. There we go. Enemy battleship is spotted. Let's take a look. Oh, you're on low fuel because you've been sailing back and forth between Asia and Greenland for so long. Did I build any ships on that hull in my campaign? I don't remember. I don't think I did. Mark 1. You've been at sea for quite a while. Maybe not, they're 17s. So they're not necessarily that old. But probably quite old. What else do you have? Coincidence 4. Geared turbines. I think they're just very behind on their very big gun tech. They've been focusing on other things. Yeah, this one is not bad. Or maybe it is. I do not remember having this cruiser hull in my Scandinavian campaign. Maybe I did and I just never built anything on it, but I just don't remember it. 30 knots. It does not look like it should be that quick. But there we go. That's one hit for half its health. Let's give it another couple like that. Or just fail to penetrate, I guess. There we go. Once you get those main belt pens, the health disappears quickly. Let's load HE at this angle. See how that works. Just in case we don't get a shipyard thumbnail. There we go, aft belt pen on radar. We're close enough now that I think we can start getting main belt pens, but that might not be needed. I'm assuming the enemy destroyers will be just clustered around here. More good hits on radar. Let's not sink it quite yet. Wait until the torpedoes get there. And hopefully hit whatever is behind here. Which is hopefully a squadron of destroyers. Somehow radar avoids all the torpedoes. Or they avoid it. We strike 2 on the N class. And 1 on the destroyers that I correctly assumed were somewhere behind there. Now let's finish off the radar. Fast torpedoes. We are still afloat. It's your turret armor. 16. There we go, that's the end of her. Might have to kite away from these guys if they come closer. Luckily I'm faster than them. my HE is overpenning. And these don't have much in the way of secondary firepower. That's the one that took the torpedo. Let's sink the N-class. There we go. 75,000 on one of the destroyers. That's what I like to see. Attack the D-class. There we go. Secondary is doing work. Gonna slow down to cruising speed now. One destroyer left. And then these can get sent back to the Philippines to continue that invasion. But also, I might have to deal with that German task force that was sailing around, because they got involved. Yeah, that should be good enough to force them to surrender. And not a scratch taken. Yeah, the numbers here are not really on my side. Unless I can, once again, sink every single French ship that they have. Didn't I have a, yeah, I sent that to New Zealand, the battlecruiser. That's right. Got these battlecruisers. How about it, Germany? Where is your fleet? Let's just strike you there. Okay. Northern Australia is safe. Back to the invasion. And these guys are perfectly placed to do both invasions at once. Let's send this light cruiser to Singapore. Where are those Germans? What are they planning? Anyway, I think we could probably design some ships now. Because I got the shipbuilding capacity, I've got the money. Transport has gone down again. It was almost at 200. Actually, I'm getting tube powder 3 in just 1 month. So we're gonna skip 1 month ahead and then design the ships. But it seems... Okay, I'm blockading Germany. That's nice. It seems... we have another little meeting on our hands. 1 light cruiser and a destroyer. I should be able to deal with that. And then design the ships. What is this abomination you have designed, France? Is this like... That's an old one. Is it something they've just had in a port somewhere getting repaired? Maybe it would have been scrapped if I hadn't sunk their entire navy, putting them below the scrapping threshold. Okay, they've launched. I'm gonna do a little loop here, avoiding these torpedoes. They didn't have any reloads for them. Will mine hit that light cruiser? Yes? Oh. Well, it was a hit. I can't really blame the aim here. What armor do you have on Genie? I'm maneuvering a bit too much to be accurate, but target the light cruiser in the meantime, and then wait for the smoke on the destroyer to run out. There we go. Scoring good hits already. I'm scoring some hits at least. They might not be that good. Is this the one that likes to explode? There we go. Destroyer is pestering me. Basically stern raking me. But I want to finish off that light cruiser first. I'm not taking a lot of damage. It's very minimal. Arthus is... Come on. Where's your AP? There we go. Coming right for me. And your smoke is back up. There we go. I'm not going to be zooming around at 35 knots now. Not with your engine out. Although you're certainly zooming around. There we go. There. That was a very annoying little target. Now. Let's see. Yeah, 5%. Although they're probably going to be back up to 100 once they launch a destroyer or something next month. You don't quite have the tonnage here. Scandinavia. Although you will, because it doesn't require much. Many months left, but let's send Izmir down here to deal with you. And in the meantime, come on, there we are. Untick that one. Retick this one, so you can get the 16s in a while. And now, let's see what kind of hulls we have. Command battleship. Yeah, it's that one. The weird Chinese one. I don't know. Are we gonna build a command battleship? I kind of just don't like this hull. Because the towers are just, well, the secondary tower is just the main tower, just slightly scaled down and flipped. And without the mast. These are Mark IIIs. Mark IV. I'm not feeling it. Not this one. How about Modern Battleship 2? Let's see, which of these are, like, actual good? Modernized battlecruiser? It's not bad. Like, the Command Battleship has 80 resistance. Modern Battleship 2 has 76, that's not bad. Okay, we got British towers. Is that the tower with the funnel placement? Yeah, it is. It doesn't really fit though with that main tower, so we're just gonna build it's gonna be very British looking. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh yeah, it was the it was the crane. I thought that was like a graphics glitch and the game was dying, but no, it was just the crane. 30 knots, I think that's doable. We don't need the megaest of funnels. But I would still like to have 2 of them. I want to stick with the turbo electrics. Maybe I do want to have mega funnels. More mega. $151%. That's fine, I guess. Now, what should we do for guns here? Now, let's do let's do the huge barbette. I don't like this Mark IV turret model. I just don't like it. These Mark III 16s. The Mark III 17s use the same model as the Mark IV 15s. And now I'm getting Mark III 18s very soon. And Mark III 16s. So it's a bit of a dilemma. I'm just going to use the 18s. I know they're only Mark II. I can refit them to Mark III after launch and just hope that they still look good. 49408. Yeah, same weight. Auxiliary 4 and 3. Sometimes 4 is actually lighter than 3. I'm not sure exactly how that is calculated, but that's what it works out to sometimes. Let's stick with anti-flood 2. There we are. Quite heavy standard ratios. And of course tube powder 3, which not only give you amazing like flash fire and ammo detonation bonuses, but it actually gives you a little bit of extra range. While tube powder 1 and 2 decrease your range. So it's just very good overall. 0% flash fire chance. If I increase my ammo, it's still 0. With heavy shells, it's 4.6. Let's just keep it at absolute 0. Make me feel safer. We got semi-auto reloading now. And radar. And there we go. A little bit overweight. We can probably fix that by looking at the armor. For example, the inner belts. 3.8, probably more than I need. 3.5 is doable. For deck pen, which we're not getting deck hits right now, but I know it's coming. No more than 3.8 at max range. So like 0.5 on the final layer here should be enough. Like more than enough. There we go. I'm decreasing the main deck itself, because that would still theoretically provide me with the protection I need. I might have to drop the turrets down to doubles instead of triples. We'll see how it ends up, because I do want more extended belt armor. Uh, 15 on the main belt, probably like decent if we are relying on the citadel layers to do the heavy lifting here. .45s to make them 50. That's plus 11. So we're a little bit overweight now, but not that much. This is still doable. We can still turn this into a good ship. That's okay range. 3 billion though, almost. How about we reduce the speed down to 28? Same as a lot of my battlecruisers. So that can be the modern battleship line speed. There you go. Just so I'm sure that we're covering that bulkhead. And there's no room for like the tall secondary barbettes here. There we go. 2,500 tons left to play with for secondary armament. Which we got the 8s all the way to Mark 4 now. Sadly, they do not fit on those built-in barbettes. Do the 7s? No. 6s fit. Make them quads. And make them 6.1s. So that's 155. And make them 55 in length. Decent. That's decent range for secondaries. Certainly don't need that kind of top armor though. I would like them to have just a token like armor layering on the sides. Tertiary battery. What can we do here? 5s don't fit. 4s fit. There we go. And some 2s. Just where nothing else will fit. You can put them on top of the turrets too, but I think that'll not work when I upgrade them to Mark 3. Yeah, I don't need more than that. 4.2s. I'll make them 45s. There we go. A little bit of range. Not that much, but a little bit. Slight aft weight offset, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. E-class. That's a boring name. That's not a cool name at all. Let's see, we got a radar though. That's pretty neat, having radar. Finally. I'm gonna just Google something real quick. So I tried looking up the name of that huge Ottoman cannon that was used in the siege of Constantinople. And I'm not sure if that's the name of the like the single one big gun, or if it's just a type of big gun. I'm not sure, but I think it fits for this kind of ship. Although it will probably be a little bit weird if I later build something with 20-inch guns. So, yeah. That's a neat one. That's a neat looking battleship. We can have you on the thumbnail, I think. There we go. But let's also take a look at what else we can build. I think there are some new battlecruiser hulls that can be used. Modernized battlecruiser, and this time it gave us a name to begin with. It's got these types of towers. So it's probably gonna end up looking a bit similar to the other one. The battleship, I mean. It's got different funnels, though. But yeah, it's a little bit picky with which ones fit on the secondary tower. None of them fit, actually. I'm doing this one then, again. Put a shorter one on the... That's much taller. What the heck? That's the same one. Okay. There. Or like in... Tall funnel 9. No, these are not the same ones. They have the same name. Both are named Tall Funnel 9. This one is smaller than that one. Yeah, it is. I was just used to, like, yeah, never mind. 34 knots. Same speed as the Boroklu class. We can make them companions, I guess. I want to stick with turbo electrics. Because I like it. Huge. Or very large. Same, I guess. And on this one, if the Baroklus have twin 18s, this one can have triple 16s. And maybe a heavier secondary battery. So the Baroklus can take on the big threats, and these can take on the cruisers. Which is a little bit backwards, because these are going to be a little bit bigger than the battlecruisers. Not by much. 3,000 tons. It's not a big deal, but there we go. You can put a secondary barbette in front of the main tower. Are you not balanced? Centered, I mean? There we go. And we don't need such a tall barbette for the aft here. I did get that one centered. Move everything back a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Make sure there's some clearing between the turrets, because they might end up becoming a little bit longer when they are Mark 4s. Or Mark 3. No, Mark 4. These are 16s. So, yeah, I guess that works. We've got the main belt covered from here to here. Balanced spoilers. Of course, range is very good. We can turn that down. Maintenance is quite pricey, but that's how it is. Let's see if the 18s don't... No, the 8s don't fit on these. Do we have to go down to 6s this time as well? Yeah. How about quad 6s there? And then twin 8s up here. And put you there. It feels a little bit wrong putting a 6-inch on the deck here. See if I can find something to like put it on. Like that thing. Oh, too small, apparently. How about you? You're big enough, but I put you in a bad spot. Same with this one. Oh, gosh. Ah. Oh. That is so annoying. Why do you not have a good field of fire here? You literally do. Okay. I'm just gonna ignore that yellow warning. Just another case of the game lying to me. 4-inch guns up here. 2-inch guns. Like around here. A bit fewer than the battleship. That's fine. let's see, 33,988. It's lighter by a little bit, but if I can go lighter and better, that's a bit of a no-brainer. Yeah, like the difference in like water pumping, anti-flood 2 to anti-flood 3, it's not that major really. But from 1 to 2, that's a pretty big jump. Basically twice as good. But anti-flood 3 is quite a bit heavier. So that's why I like the second one. In most cases. Tube powder. TNT 4. I'm gonna go semi-auto. Improve that reload a little bit. RDF does increase the like reconnaissance and gun aiming speed. And it's not that heavy, really. Radar is a bit heavy, but that's also very, very good and nice to have. There you go, 3 on the third belt. That's fine. Five on the deck. Yeah, I guess with that one, the actual main belt don't need to be that thick. I'd still like some like 4.5 belt though, to protect me. There we go, overweight. Well, they're 50s. And good enough. I am increasing the weight further, I'm aware. The 4-inch guns are already 50s. Let's make them 55s as well. Just make them somewhat useful against destroyers and the like. Yeah, okay. So I got 1,300 tons I need to shave off this boat to make it work. But how to do that? That saved quite a bit of weight. Let's see, we are at 0 flash fire tons. 0.3. 0.3 is pretty good in my book. And I also I would like to have some more conning tower armor. I forgot about that part. It's not that heavy though. It's not like a big deal. 600 tons overweight. Nixing the 8-inch turrets are not going to save me. I don't want to reduce the speed because these have to keep up with existing battlecruisers, which have a 34 knot top speed. So that's not really an option either. I can reduce the bulkheads down, well, down to many. Like that should be decent still. Many bulkheads instead of maxing them out. I can almost go for increased ammunition as well. Like we're 4 tons over. That is not a big deal, is it? That is me removing a couple 2-inch guns. There we go. That's the Buyuk Agri. Also a good looking ship. Very like British inspired ships for the 1932 model year. Now let's see what else we have. Modern heavy cruiser. 48 resistance, 103 hull form. Yeah, we built something on this already. I remember. Compact heavy cruiser. I think we've built something on that as well. Modern light cruiser. That is a new one. We've got modern light cruiser and modern light cruiser 1. They're both like fast and fragile. So we're gonna go by looks, and I like the way this looks. G-Class. You don't have to be that big though. Can make you smaller. 34 knots. Excellent, perfect. And keep up with the battle cruisers. Gear turbines on you. I mean, that's a pretty good tower. It just looks a little bit naff. Put that huge tower mast on there. One huge funnel. Maybe. Breaking my design practice of having come on. There you go. We can turn it. Breaking my design practice of having 2 funnels. I'm gonna give you 7-inch guns though, because that has been fairly effective in the past. Triples? Sure. And some quintuple launchers on the back. Make sure to give them plenty of room. See? You can turn all the way around. But if I turn you that way... they still need more room. You are good. It's very annoying that they apparently need so much room. Well then, I'm just gonna give them room. And go with 2 quintuple launchers. Instead of 3. It's better than having them get stuck. And me being frustrated because my ship won't launch. 251. Yeah. It's lighter, once again. Let's go with Barbette 3 first, and then see... if I actually need additional barbette protection. Just because Tube Powder 3 is very, very safe. And go Sonar 1. And of course Radar 1. We'll be able to spot some things through smoke now. We're gonna be looking at almost 600 million unit price. But at this stage in the campaign, that's not really that bad. Main deck, do we need that much main deck? Probably not. That's decent. That should be enough. 6.1 is the maximum side armor for the 7-inch guns, but if I lengthen and enlarge them just a little bit, 7.5 55s, I am allowed to put more armor on them. 8.2. Not bad. Flashfire chance is 0.2. That's okay. That is okay. We got plenty of displacement to spare. Can I make it faster than 34? Yes, but cost went up by a lot. I think 34 is good enough. .3 flashfire chance. That's still pretty good. Conning tower. We're gonna need some conning tower. I keep forgetting. I know I'm not the only one, so it's fine. Secondaries are nice things to have on a ship, I've been told. We got these 3-inch turrets that I like the way they look, but I don't like the way they work. Even the singles are struggling. I put them up there though. Yeah, you work here. Yeah, didn't like the like collision. Uh, I mean, it's fine. 272 million. What's the maintenance price tag on one of these bad boys? Almost 10 million a month. Compared to my existing light cruisers, that is quite a bit. Let's save it anyway. Now let's take a look at this guy that we know and love. I can't build new ones on this hull because it's gone obsolete. But what I can do is design a refit, then copy the refit, and then build the copies. And it used to be you could then recombine them into a single class in subsequent refits, but that's just not possible anymore. Let's see, what can we do here? Oil 2. Do I keep the turbine engines? Or do I go gear turbines? 3.7 maintenance. 102 cost. Yeah, that's a I guess that works. 28, so they can operate with 28 knot ships. We got some new towers, it looks like. Tall Tower 3 is the one I have. Compact Advanced Tower. Is what I can get, which is quite a bit better. And it looks better too. Thin Funnel 3. Do you not fit in between? That is weird. I would have thought... I can go for a single funnel. Yeah, they still fit here. Yeah, I would have thought those funnels fit in between there. But they didn't. Let's see. Upgrade Torpedo Mark, and Mark is not happy. There we go. 2 powder 3, TNT 4. 3285. 4279. Yeah, it's just all around better. I think our flash fire chance should be down to 0, yes. 0.1, that's good enough. We can reduce the barbette thing. I'm gonna go semi-auto reloading it, certainly. Sonar 1. Radar 1. So, price tag has increased a little bit. Deck armor will be increased, but not like astronomically so. We don't have that much displacement to play with. I think that's fine. I think we have our improved Mahmoud Pasha Angelovich class. 4,500 tons. And a very friendly price tag. That's not bad. Of course, going to save that design. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually apply this refit to any of my existing ships. Or if I'm just going to build them new. That is to say, I'm not going to like scrap my existing ones and replace them with new ones, because that would be dumb. But I might just have them remain as is for now, because they're still like decent the way they are. And then just give them a actual refit later. O-Class is the name of the copy. I guess we're running out of names now. That's fine. But there we have it. Some new ship classes and some battles fought. That was a long one. And I will see you next time whenever... I'm guessing that'll be when France surrenders. And then we're gonna do some more ship designs and maybe some refit designs and whatnot. There are some ships here that are in need of refits. And some that are in need of getting replaced. But I think, yeah, unless we, you know, the Germans do have a navy. So we might get some more battles. Maybe. Yeah. Goodbye, and take care.